Everyone, it's Free Taco, and today I'm just going over my setup for my chaser. And I use this car for basically everything. I use it for lines if I want to, tricks, reverse drifting. It's basically just an all-in-one car, which is why I like it so much. So yeah, let's get into the setup. Alrighty, now in terms of the engine, I use just the stock engine that comes with the car. But I just put race parts on it and twin turboed it, so it makes around 892 horsepower, which is plenty. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the engine. I didn't do anything special with it. Like I said, just all race parts and weight reduction and race brakes. That's pretty much it for that. Now in terms of the suspension setup, I have the wheel size 0.95, front height 0.51, rear height 0.55, front camber -4 degrees, rear camber -7 or -6.9, front offset 0.11 and rear offset at 0.18. Now if you change the camber, you probably have to change the offset a little bit just to make sure, or just to make the fitment look nice, or you can change the offset based on your preference. This is just my preference for how the car looks. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the suspension setup. And pretty much it for the setup on this car. There isn't really anything special. It's just my preferred setup. And I think a part of what makes this car so good is its ability to be stable when you want it to and rotate fast when you want it to. Like, you have the amount of control you have with this car is fantastic. I'll show you a couple examples of that. Say, like, I just want to hold lines like here. I could just handbrake, hold lines perfectly as I need to. Feels really good. And the handbrake feels really good on this car. Feels like it does a really good job of keeping it stable and help it rotate a little bit. And the gearing on this car is fantastic as well. I'll say that 5 isn't very usable most of the time, but 3 and 4 are pretty much the only gears that you'll need. Game is lagging, but yeah, you just rotate fast and do tricks like this, and rotate back around. Now its ability just to do this and keep momentum is fantastic, and part of basically what makes this car so good, and its ability to do all these things, especially like reverse drifting. Not all cars can keep the wheel spinning in reverse and keep like your drift points going, but this car is pretty dang good at that. I can just rotate around, keep a drift streak, rotate back this way, and just keep going. Now obviously there's kind of a knack to this, but even going uphill, this is where a lot of cars would struggle. It's easy for this car. So yeah, I'm kind of rusty with reverse right now, but you can kind of see how good it is at just like holding a line, especially in reverse. In some ways, once you get like good at controlling this car, it feels even better in reverse than it does forward, which is just crazy pretty much. But yeah, if I compare it to this to a car that's popular, or just like my favorite car from the update that just happened, the winter update, the FCRX7. This car has a pretty basic suspension setup on it, like the Chaser, and 608 horsepower, so it's less, but it's a lot lighter as well, so it should be able to do it, but it's just not able to. This car is really good at lines, but in terms of reverse, we're doing tricks, it's not really fantastic. As you can see, it just loses the streak. You can go in reverse, but you won't keep a streak, and it feels very twitchy. As you can see, it's kind of just veering off on its own. I'm not pressing any controls when we're going straight. I kind of have to just like force it, and it doesn't feel very good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my setup on the Chaser. Now some cars are able to do everything like this car, but I think this car just does everything fantastically. Like, it's just good all around. So that's why I prefer it so much. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and have a good one.